Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup tutorial inspired by this picture here. And I took this right off her Instagram and I reposted it as well. But I'm gonna go in with my MAC BB cream as my foundation today. And I'm using this just because it's very lightweight and it's also pretty matte in terms of the finish it gives to the skin. So I wanted to keep the skin as matte as possible just because that's how her skin looks in the picture. So we're going to go in with our concealer, so whatever concealer you prefer. I don't prefer this concealer. I honestly don't really like it that much, but I just wanted to use it in this tutorial just because it's pretty lightweight and it's very matte. And I'm just using that in the areas where I need it, where I have some scarring, any redness around my nose, under my eyes, of course, because we want to look flawless, just like Kylie Jenner, right? Totally. So just blending that in with my finger, nothing fancy. And this is just going to help cover any imperfections in the skin, obviously. And then we're going to go in and highlight the skin with something more matte. So if you have like a lighter concealer, I'm using this NYX Mineral Stick Foundation, which is like super light because I'm like ghostly white in the wintertime, and this is when I bought this. It was like last winter. And I'm using this underneath my eyes and in the center parts of my face just to give a very nice highlight to add dimension to the skin, because when your skin is matte, you don't want it to look like masky, so you need to add dimension to the skin by, you know, with some color theory, duh. So obviously we're gonna go ahead and set that with our Anastasia Contour Kit Powder and Banana. You can use any setting powder that you prefer. I just absolutely love this powder. I love all the powders in this palette because they're so lightweight and silky, so they're very buildable, so you can really manipulate like the effect that you want in terms of what you're using it for. So again, we're gonna go in with the palette as well and take the darker color. Use whatever bronzer or contouring powder that you prefer. I'm just using the same one from the kit. And then we're gonna go in and contour, and I know it looks super harsh right now, but we're gonna blend it out. So I'm just putting it in this, the areas obviously where you want to contour, underneath the cheekbones, on the sides of the face, and also in my hairline. And then I'm also going to be contouring my nose, which is something I never really do, but I started recently doing it, and I absolutely love doing it now. But it's just going to pull the look a little bit more together. So here I'm just taking that same brush I used to set my powder, and I have a freaking hair on my face. Ugh. But we're just going to go over that. And then I'm using Melba blush. And y'all know that I normally don't use matte blushes. I like glowy to the highlighted to the gods kind of look. But that's a pretty matte, very soft peachy color. And I'm using the same brush to go in with that like light highlighting powder by Anastasia over the center parts of my face and on my cheekbones, just to give a little bit of dimension, but not too much. So I'm using this Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in soft brown. She has very, very light eyebrows in this picture, and I have super dark hairs. So I just wanted to lightly fill in my brows just to define them as much as hers, but not really make them darker, if that makes sense. So I'm just lightly filling them in as naturally as possible. And our eyebrow shapes are pretty similar, so I didn't really have to do much work with that. And then just kind of brushing it through. Then I'm using my Holy Grail MAC paint. This is my favorite eyeshadow base because it holds up with my really oily, super slicky eyelids, which is gross, but it's the only primer that works for me. So we're going to go in with our Smashbox palette, and I love this Full Exposure palette. It's like one of my favorite things in the world. And it has every neutral color that you pretty much need, shimmery and matte. So I'm using the matte, kind of like lighter cream skin tone shade just underneath the brow and everywhere else because she has a little bit of a highlight on the lid as well as underneath the brow. So we're going in with a mid-tone brown with the same brush I used to contour my nose. And I'm going to be applying this as a transition color into the crease. And then I'm also, as you can see, placing it on the outer corner of the eye as well, just to help with the transition of the darker color we're going to be applying later. So I normally do a transition color after I apply the lid color, but I just felt like the effect it gives applying it first in terms of recreating this look just was better. So I'm just brushing any excess on the eyelid and then taking a flat brush and using this gold shimmery color on the eyelid. And this is a very soft shimmery color because she doesn't have a lot of shimmer on the lids, and this is the only place where I really see some shine on her face. So we're going to go back in with the same transition color and a smaller brush. And this is just going to go underneath the lower lash line because we're going to be applying a darker color to smoke it out later, and this is going to help transition that as well. So here's a darker color. It's more of a warm matte brown, and I'm taking a tapered 217 brush, and I'm really concentrating this color on the outer corner. I normally drag out my outer corner color a lot, but to ensure that the look looks as similar as possible to Kylie's, I'm trying and I'm holding back from pushing that color towards the outer part of my eye even more, but really concentrating it on the outer corner and kind of brushing it into the crease as well. And this is just going to kind of lift the eye a little bit. And we're taking the same color with the pencil brush and smudging it underneath the lash line. And then taking my favorite liner in the entire world by Urban Decay. It's the 24/7 liquid liner in Perversion. And I'm only lining on the outer part of my eye. So y'all know I love my wings, but the wings that Kylie usually has in her makeup looks are very, very subtle. So we're only lining on the outer half of the eye and making sure that the wing is also very subtle as well. The line towards the inner part of the eye is going to be the thinnest, and as you work your way out, it's going to grow thicker into the wing of the eyeliner. This is also going to lift the eye and create the illusion of more of an almond eye shape as Kylie Jenner's eyes. So we're just going to go ahead and curl our lashes. I'm not using any falsies. Shocker, right? So we're going to take your favorite mascara, whatever you prefer. I'm trying out this new product by Tarte, which you guys will see in a second, but this is just a deluxe sample size of their 4-in-1 Lights Camera Lashes mascara, which I actually really like, and I'm surprised that I like because I normally only use waterproof mascara and this stuff doesn't smudge, which a lot of normal mascaras tend to do on my eyes. I don't know why, but this is the product I was talking about. It's called Best in Faux. It's basically a mascara with fibers on it. So it has like lash fibers or whatever, not actual lashes, but it has these fibers that you coat on top of your mascara once you coat your lashes with one coat of mascara, and it basically extends the eyelashes to make them look fuller and almost as if you have falsies when you actually don't, which is really, really cool. So I applied that on top of the coat of the mascara I had already put on, and you guys can see they look a lot fuller and a lot longer. So I'm just going to be doing the same exact thing, and the only thing I hate about this product is that it falls all over your freaking face, so that's the only downside. But other than that, I really, really like it so far. But I'm only putting this product on the top lashes and not the bottom lashes because it'll change the entire look if you have too much mascara underneath the eyelash, underneath the lower lash line. And it'll also change the shape of your eyes as well in terms of like the effect that we're trying to achieve here. So I'm just coating my lower lashes with the same mascara, and I think I'm going to end up buying the full size of this mascara because I like it so much. So we're basically done with the eyes, and then we're going to go in with Subcultural Lip Pencil from MAC. It's slightly more of a natural shade, but I'm lining my lips with this and then filling it in. And one side of my lip is slightly fuller than the other, so I have to overdraw it to make sure that I have flawless Botox looking injected lips, just like Kylie Jenner. I said that's so weird, but yeah, we want to make sure our lips look as full as possible for this look. Then taking Jordana's Easy Liner in Rockin' Rose, and it looks super light right now, but it's a darker shade that you want to also outline your lips with and then kind of slightly fill them in to create more of a gradient. And that's basically all you have to do for the lips. It's all lip liner. So that's all you have to do to create a flawless Kylie Jenner looking makeup inspired face. Yeah. So I hope you guys like my crazy faces, and I hope you love this tutorial. Please leave me a request. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and follow my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Love you guys. See you guys later. Bye.